Members of the Parliament of the Body, Proposed resolution number 112 is referencing two applications on the gratitude that the Bangsamoro, the Vice President regarding the subsidy relief of assistance to the people of the Bangsamoro. To subject of the taxpayer damage Daulungan tawag, providers na ang audit. Siya also expressing sincere appreciation and gratitude to the Bangsamoro government. Not supported conducting timely and generous assistance to the people of Bangsamoro who suffered catastrophic damage caused by severe tropical storm Thailand. Authors, members of the Parliament, ay basilog sa Rabi Al-Awwal. Authors, members of the Parliament, tawag sa mitimbang staff, number 113 entitled the resolution which present the sincere appreciation in the Department of Bangsamoro People's to Senator Aquilino for providing disaster relief in a security both factors about the department for the storm. Author, member of the Parliament. Ang
and Amy Ali. Co-authors, members of the Parliament, Sherilyn Dumama-Alba, Manuel Iqbal, Tawakal Yutibang, Abdul Wahab Pak, Mosber Alawin, Ibrahim Ali, Amrosi Makatano, Raisa de Juli, Anya Kalhata Basman, Ramon Pian Sr., Kabayda Patasan, Mujib Abu, Magdrani Makasalo, Matalo Espino, and Raman Ali Jr. Proposed resolution number 117 entitled "A Resolution Expressing the Sincere Appreciation and Gratitude of the Bangsamoro to Senator Christopher Bongo for providing disaster relief and assistance to the people of the Bangsamoro who suffered catastrophic damage caused by severe tropical storm Paran." Authors, members of the Parliament, Ida Siluman, Marian Arnado, Violet County, Sohar Ismail, and A.D. Ali. Co-authors, members of the Parliament, Muhammad Iqbal, Tawakal Yutibang, Abdul Wahab Pak, Mosber Alawin, Ibrahim Ali, Amrosi Batana, Raisa de Juli, Anna Takata Basman, Sherilyn Dumama-Alba, Ramon Pian Sr., Ubali Pakasan, Mujib Abu, Magdrani Makasalo, Matalo Espino, and Raman Ali Jr. Proposed resolution number 118 entitled "A Resolution Expressing the Sincere Appreciation and Gratitude of the Bangsamoro to Senator Ramon Bong Jr. for providing disaster relief and assistance to the people of the Bangsamoro who suffered catastrophic damage caused by severe tropical storm Paran." Authors, members of the Parliament, Ida Siluman, Mary Antanado, Violet Mantawi, Sohar Ismail, and A.D. Ali. Co-authors, members of the Parliament, Muhammad Iqbal, Tawakal Yutibang, Abdul Wahab Pak, Mosber Alawin, Ibrahim Ali, Raisa de Juli, Anna Takata Basman, Sherilyn Dumama-Alba, Ramon Pian Sr., Kabayda Patasan, Mujib Abu, Magdrani Makasalo, Matalo Espino, and Raman Ali Jr. Proposed resolution number 119 entitled "A Resolution Expressing Sincere Appreciation and Gratitude to Senator Lisa Montiveros for providing disaster relief and assistance to the people of the Bangsamoro who suffered catastrophic damage caused by severe tropical storm Paran." Authors, members of the Parliament, Ida Siluman, Marian Arnado, Violet Mantawi, Sohar Ismail, and A.D. Ali. Co-authors, members of the Parliament, Muhammad Iqbal, Tawakal Yutibang, Abdul Wahab Pak, Mosber Alawin, Ibrahim Ali, Amrosi Makatano, Anna Takata Basman, Sherilyn Dumama-Alba, Ramon Pian Sr., Ubali Pakasan, Mujib Abu, Magdrani Makasalo, Matalo Espino, and Raman Ali Jr.
Mr. Speaker, the foregoing being simple resolutions, we proceed with. May I request for the recognition of the Deputy Floor Leader MP Marian Arnado as the principal author for a few words, Mr. Speaker.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Before I proceed in explaining this resolution, let me start by thanking all my fellow members of the Parliament for your own individual and collective response to the relief assistance that are required for the typhoon Paran. We also deserve as much commendation and appreciation. However, we cannot also pass our own resolution commending ourselves. But let me acknowledge that we are all, in one way or another, very much active, responsive, and it was really a show of unity among all of us in going to our people and showing them that we care very much to their their situation during the time when we were really very much in dire need of our assistance. So I would like to thank you for that as well. Thank you very much. Now, for this particular resolution, we are recognizing those who are coming from outside, who came and extended their assistance to us. This is led by no less than our own President, President Bongbong Marcos, who came here and personally supervised and coordinated the efforts to help us all in channeling resources directly to the communities. So we have a resolution recognizing and appreciating and extending our gratitude for that. And second is the resolution also thanking our very own Vice President Sara Duterte for also providing the much needed assistance to the Bangsamoro during that time of calamity. And we have also the Senate President Mick Subiri and the other senators. We have Senator Robin Padilla, we have Senator Bongo, Senator Pimentel, Coco Pimentel. We also had Senator Bong Revilla. We had Senator Risa Hontiveros, and the organization also of the spouses of the senators. They were also here, showing to us that they care for the Bangsamoro. They demonstrated their solidarity to us, and it is very much apt for us to also recognize their efforts and to thank them through these resolutions under consideration. So with that, may I also invite my fellow members of this honorable Parliament to join me in passing these particular resolutions. Thank you very much.
Mr. Speaker, may we open the floor for deliberations on the foregoing PRs. Move to open the floor for
There's a vote to
interpellation.
open the period of interpellation and debate. Duly seconded, the chair declares it as approved.
Ako muna.
Mr. Speaker, may we recognize MP Alibaba for his interpellation.
Thank you,
The MP Baba
Mr. Speaker. First of all, I'd like to thank the principal authors of these resolutions, starting from 110 to 119, because this is really a show of our commitment to help our brothers who are victims of the calamity, just the recent calamity. Now, all the contents of this resolution from 111 to 119 are all the same. Resolution expressing our sincere appreciation to the donors. Now, I would like to propose, if not a motion, Mr. Chair, that if the principal authors will agree, I would like to propose that all the members of this Parliament present today be motion na. Okay. Mr. Speaker, I was corrected by the Deputy Speaker that instead of a proposal, it's going to be a motion. I'd like to move that all the members of Parliament present today be allowed to be co-authors of this resolution of expreciation and sincere
Parliamentary status.
by granting donations to the victims of our calamity. That is a motion, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Chair, Mr. Speaker, parliamentary status. We are in
1 minute
period-
suspension.
1 minute suspension. We are in the period of interpellation debate.
There's a pending motion to include all members who are present here today to be co-authors for the resolution. While we understand that we are still in the period of interpellations, this being a simple resolution, may we request that that motion be considered by the body.
There is a move to include all members of this parliament to be authors, co-authors of those resolutions that have read, that the Secretary have read. Only those MPs present for today's session, it is duly seconded. The chair declares the same as approved.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, may we recognize MP Bainta ng Patuan for her interpellation.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
The MP from Maguindanao, Cotabato City is now recognized.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, Majority Floor Leader. I just want to have clarificatory question if the road proponent would yield to it.
Sure, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, in the list of the resolutions from 100, what's the number? 10
10.
to the rest of the resolutions that are related, Mr. Speaker. We are singling out a number of personalities. Some of them, most of them are
senators, local officials at the national level. My only question is that because we started singling out personalities,
do you think
that we haven't missed important people that we should thank because the moment you started enumerating, chances are there could be somebody that is not part of the list. So my question is, do you think that all those personalities are enough? And a follow-through to that is, have you not missed the local government units within the barn and even outside the barn who really help us during the times of the calamities? Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, may we also recognize another principal author of the measure, MP Professor Ali, to respond to the questions as well.
MP Eddie Ali, gentleman from Tawi-Tawi, is now recognized. Mr. Speaker, thank you for the clarificatory question. In the first place, Mr. Speaker, our resolutions is not exclusive. Okay, but so far, we have only identified those who are outside the barn and they are national officials. That was our first consideration. Second, this August body may also recognize local officials in the barn for having helped us, address the problem when we were needing assistance. There is no restriction, Mr. Speaker, as to who should be who should be appreciated and to extend our gratitude? Wala po. We are open naman po kung sino ang dapat ma-include. But so far, I would like to reiterate, Mr. Speaker, those we mentioned in the resolutions are national officials.
Mr. Speaker, I think it's also but proper as part of the proceedings of this August body to include in our expression of our appreciation, especially to the local governments within and outside BARM who help us. Like the province of Maguindanao, province of Lanao del Sur, I know that they came here twice to deliver relief goods and other LGUs. So my only point here, Mr. Speaker, is to be part in the course of the deliberation of these specific resolutions. We also recognize those efforts and efforts coming from the others that are not mentioned specifically in the resolution as part of the journal of this session today, Mr. Speaker. Thank you very much.
Mr. Speaker, I think we can also file resolutions appreciating and commending all local officials who have extended their assistance during the Paeng disaster.
But be it in the record that while we recognize the national officials, we also, in the absence of that resolution, be it part of the journal today, that we also recognize all the assistance coming from the local government units in and outside the Bangsamoro. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, the principal authors share the manifestation of Sister MP Bayintan.
Mr. Speaker, we recognize MP Teng Amboloto for his interpellation.
MP Attorney Suarto Ambulito is recognized. Gentleman from Maguindanao, Dato din Sinswat. You may proceed.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum, Mr. Speaker, Madam Floor Leader. I would simply like to be clarified, notwithstanding the manifestations and questions posed by the Honorable Baintan Ampatuan. This resolution is exclusively expressing its resolution on the person's own name. So it is to the exclusion of everybody else who have extended assistance to our people. For instance, the People's Republic of China has also extended their assistance. It's not included here. The province of Dinagat was also whom the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region has assisted during Typhoon Odette. These resolutions do not include them. Let's simply be clear with that.
Mr. Speaker, this particular resolution identifies specific leaders at the national government, particularly our President, our Vice President, the Senate President, and some members of the Senate. But having issued or proposed this resolution does not mean that we are excluding all the others who have also extended assistance. They are also recognized. That's why in my opening statement, I even acknowledge all of us who are here because we also extended our own relief and emergency response. So actually, it's a collective effort. But for purposes of this resolution, we particularly identified policymakers, national leaders who went out of their way to extend assistance. But as I have said, it does not mean that we are not grateful, we are not thankful, we are not appreciative of those who extended assistance, but we did not mention here.
So the resolution stands on its face, but it should not be construed that we are also excluding the others.
Mr. Speaker, if I may be allowed to ask, is there any way that we can express the point that you have been articulating within these resolutions? Kasi yun nga yung sinasabi natin, parang ito lang yung tumulong sa atin. Pero sinasabi nyo nga po, sa una pa lang, pag-umpisa pa lang, sinasabi na natin na hindi naman po sila lang. Marami pa pong tumulong. May mga LGU in and outside of the BARM na tumulong din po sa ating mga kababayan. Yun nga po, ang question lang po dyan, in our resolution, the way we express ourselves, ito lang po yung pinapasalamatan natin. At sabi nga natin, kung hindi po sila naisali, hindi po sila kasali. Yun lang po yung gusto ko lang po ipunto. Maraming
Mr. Speaker, just to also manifest that we are actually collating all the other assistants that we have already. Due time, we are going to file the necessary resolution. So this will be there will be another set that will acknowledge or other members of the parliament can also file similar resolution if we know individuals or organizations who may think will be can also be a proper subject of resolution such as this. But for this particular time, please let us allow us to first acknowledge our national leaders and our counterpart in the legislative branch of the national level to do this. But be rest assured that this will not preclude or exclude all the others who have already extended assistance.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, Madam Floor Leader. Thank you very much.
Mr. Speaker, we will request for the recognition of Deputy Floor Leader Attorney MP Jose Lorena.
MP Lorena is now recognized. Thank you. While we all appreciate this resolution, but we just don't like some people may think that they are second-class citizens in our resolution, particularly senators. I remember that even former Defense Secretary Teodoro Gibo went all his way to come and provide assistance. But I understand that perhaps our records are not that all clear as to who have provided assistance to all of us. But the idea of coming resolution one after the other might give a wrong impression to some people, especially if they are equally situated. For example, if we direct this resolution to particular senators, there may be some senators who may have given assistance, but are not included here. But if you put them in the second resolution, they might think that it is a second thought. So that is only my concern. I like that, considering that we are all being evaluated also by the national government and by the Senate and the House of Representatives, I do not like that our resolution would give certain implications or impressions that may not be good for all of us. So that is just my concern. I hope we can include, by way of a certain language, all others who have given support to us in the Senate or otherwise, which we have not recorded in this particular resolution, so that they will not think that we treat them unfairly by treating them after a resolution by another resolution, or to them just an afterthought of what we have done. That is just my concern, Madam Speaker, Madam Floor Leader. Thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, we appreciate the manifestation of Brother MP. Bakit? Okay. Wala si... Mr. Speaker, we appreciate the manifestation of MP Lorena.
What is the pleasure of the floor leader?
There being no other MPs who are requesting recognition for interpellation. I move for the closure of the interpellation, for the period of interpellation on this resolution, Mr. Speaker. On these resolutions, Mr. Speaker.
There is a move to close the period of interpellation and debate on those resolutions. And it is duly seconded. The chair declares the same as closed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you, fellow. Oh, sorry.
Mr. Speaker, may I move for the opening of the period of amendments for this resolution?
The period of amendment is now open.
There being no MPs who are manifesting their intention to introduce amendments, may we move for the closure of the period of amendments for these resolutions?
There is a move to close the period of amendment. This is duly seconded. The chair declares the same as approved.
Mr. Speaker, may I move for the approval of the foregoing proposed resolutions?
Yes, there is a move to approve those resolutions.
Mr. Speaker, may we request for the recognition of MP Lorena?
MP Lorena is
I
recognized.
will not object to the approval on condition that there is a manifestation earlier that subsequent resolution identifying all others who have given will be forthcoming from the authors or from all of us. No, that is just by condition for disapproval because there is a manifestation that there will be another resolution forthcoming, and that should be done by us. Otherwise, that manifestation will not hold because the problem that I face is if we pass this resolution, there might be certain implications which I manifested earlier.
1 minute suspension. 1 minute.
Then I agree because there is that manifestation by co-floor leader.
1 minute suspension.
Thank you.
Session resume.
Mr. Speaker, we resume consideration of proposed resolution numbers 110 to 119. There is a standing motion, Mr. Speaker, to approve the proposed resolutions. Will you allow the approval first? Decide on the motion before
There's a
the
motion to approve resolutions. It's duly, those resolutions are duly seconded. The chair declares the same as approved.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The MP Joe Lorena wishes to be recognized for a short manifestation.
MP Jose Lorena from Sulu is now recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Yes, earlier I manifested before the amendment that I will vote with the reservation. However, after the response that we can file, that subsequent resolution can be filed, I've already directed my staff to prepare a resolution expressing our thanks to Senator Amy Marcos and former Defense Secretary Teodoro Gibotibyor, who also provided assistance. With that, I will be withdrawing my reservation. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Duly noted.
Mr. Speaker, the MP Edgar also wishes to make a quick manifestation.
MP Architect Edward Guerra is now recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Now, this is manifestation 3, the resolution of sending a gratitude to the people who helped in the Pain disaster. Now, it is specified the names of the people, limited people, in the resolution, but I would suggest that we request the Chief Minister of appreciation and gratitude to all who contributed to the Pain disaster. Diba? Mas mabigat yun with the letter from the Chief Minister himself. Kasi yung mga help na dumating dito is well informed si Chief Minister. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. May we request for us to proceed to the next proposed resolution? May we request the Secretary General to read the title and authors of the 12th resolution under consideration.
The Secretary General so directed. We are now on proposed resolution number 12.
Proposed resolution number 120 entitled Resolution Calling the Commission on Human Rights and the Bangsamoro Human Rights Commission to conduct a prompt and further investigation on the killing of the 3 innocent minors in Lambayong, Sultan Kudarat Province. Author, Member of the Parliament, Lanang Ali Jr. Co-authors, Members of the Parliament, Asya Ilayha Dumama Alba, Abdul Wahab Pat, by Maleha Kandao, A.D. Ali, Amrosi Makatanong, Ali Sulaiman, Basit Abbas, Suhaib Uranon, Hussein Munoz, Ibrahim Ali, Ahmad Abbas, Marjani Makasalong, Mary Ann Arnado, Ubayda Pakasem, Khalid Haji Abdoma, Michael Mitimbang, Muhammad Kelly Antaw, Noreda Miswari, Randolph Percasio, Susana Anayatin, Ali Sangki, Den Martin Kahalan, Jafar Apollo Mikael Matalam, Benjamin Luong, Ali Muntaha Babaw, Faisalin Tago, Omar Yasser Sema, Abdulaziz Aminuddin, Tawakkal Mitimbang, Abdullah Hasim, Abdul Karim Miswari, Royla Mendoza, Jamila Ramos, and Baintan Ampatuan.
Mr. Speaker, I move that this be referred to the Committees on Public Order and Safety and the Committee on Justice.
There is a move to refer proposed resolution number 120 on the two committees as mentioned. It is duly seconded. The chair declares the same as approved.
Mr. Speaker, may I request the Secretary General to read the title and the authors of proposed resolution number 121.
The Secretary General so directed.
Proposed resolution number 121 entitled, "A resolution strongly condemning the senseless killing of 3 innocent minors in Lambayong, Sultan Kudarat Province." Author, Member of the Parliament, Lanang Ali Jr., co-authors, Members of the Parliament, Shah Ilayha Dumama Alba, Abdulwahab Pak, Bay Maleha Candao, Eddie Ali, Amrosi Makatanong, Ali Sulaiman, Basit Abbas, Sohaib Uranon, Hussein Munoz, Ibrahim Ali, Ahmad Abbas, Marjani Makasalong, Mary Ann Arnado, Ubayda Pakasim, Khalid Haji Abdullah, Michael Mitimbang, Muhammad Kelly Antao, Nured Bamiswari, Randolph Palcasio, Susana Anayatin, Ali Sangki, Don Martin Kahalan, Japar Apollo Mikael Matalam, Benjamin Long, Ali Muntaha Babaw, Paisalin Tago, Omar Yasser Sema, Abdulaziz Aminuddin, Tawakal Mitimbang, Abawa Hasim, Abdul Karim Miswari, Roland Mendoza, Jamila Ramos, and Baintan Ampatuan.
Mr. Speaker, this being a resolution of similar import to the former one, I likewise move for the referral of this resolution to the Committees on Public Order and Safety and Justice.
Simple na lang. Oh, yes. Simple na lang. Yes.
Mr. Speaker, I move that this be referred, this be treated as a simple resolution. May I request
Yes.
May I request the principal author to be recognized for the deliberation of this resolution.
1 minute suspension. Go na.
Session resumed.
Mr. Speaker, may we request the author of the resolution to be for the recognition of the author, MP Deputy Speaker Lanang Ali.
The gentleman from Gang Sultan Kudarat is recognized.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My courtesy to Speaker Attorney Ali Pangaliang Balindong, Deputy Speakers, Deputy Floor Leaders, Members of the Parliament. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Mr. Speaker, on December 1, 2022 at 12:37 in the morning, 3 minor students were shot and killed, admittedly by members of the Philippine National Police. Mr. Speaker, the identity of the minors are Samaluddin Ali, Arshad Ansa, and Hortun Ansa. There were several versions, Mr. Speaker. As a matter of fact, there were police reports issued by PNP of Municipality of Lambayong, Sultan Kudarat. Allegedly, accordingly, there were shooting incidents. But what is evident, what was evident, Mr. Speaker, based on the medical records, because these 3 minor
children, Mr. Speaker, were brought to the hospital, to the Evangelista Medical Clinic and Hospital in Sultan Kudarat Province, Mr. Speaker. The wounds of the three minors were at close range, Mr. Speaker. And one of the minor victim, Mr. Speaker, there were gunshots on their hands. According to their parents, Mr. Speaker, they are begging for mercy not to kill them. Meron pong bala sa kamay nila. Nakatama, Mr. Speaker. And one of the victims, Mr. Speaker, ay merong signs of strangling, sinakal sa leeg, Mr. Speaker. We are, Mr. Speaker, very sad on this news because the police immediately stated in their police reports that the three minors have on their possession gun, 45 caliber, and 1 sachet of shabu. Mr. Speaker, what is weird on this, Mr. Speaker, is that one of the victims are a student of criminology in Sultan Kudarat. The families of the victims are calling to all government agencies, including the Bangsamoro government, to help them to investigate on this senseless killing of their children. As a matter of fact, Mr. Speaker, no less than Senator Robin Hood Padilla passed a resolution on the immediate investigations of these unfaithful incidents. And also, Mr. Speaker, the family, as an update, the family of the victims have already give consent on the forensic investigations of this body, of their bodies. So, Mr. Speaker, I hope justice will prevail to the victims of these killings, Mr. Speaker. Marami na po ang nangyayaring ganito, Mr. Speaker. In fact, this August body in the previous BTA already passed a resolutions of similar incident in Pulumulok, South Cotabato, where many Muslims also were killed, allegedly by members of the security sector. Sana, Mr. Speaker, dito sa incident na ito sa Lambayang Sultan Kudarat ay makakamit po ng ating mga kababayan ang justice, ang panawagan na sana ay mahinto ng mga ganitong kahalintulad na pangyayari sa ating mga kasamang Bangsamoro. Hanggang dito na, Mr. Speaker, nawagan po ko sa ating mga kasamahang members of the Parliament na ipasa sa lalong madali itong resolutions nito. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you. Mr. Speaker, we now move to proceed with the period of interpellation.
The period of interpellation debate is now open.
Mr. Speaker, may we recognize MP Mawalil, our new graduate from the Ateneo School of Government. Congratulations.
The gentleman from Tawi-Tawi is recognized.
Thank you, my colleagues, for the congratulations. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Hindi ko na sana papahabain pa, pero meron lang isang paragraph dito that I think need clarification. And I am one with the author in condemning this. Brutal. It's not just an incident, but I think it's a murder on the three minors. We said in this resolution that the incident, whereas the incident report was deceptive and incomplete by the Lambayong police officers, but I think we failed to mention parts of the incident report, which I think would show us that it's really done in a deceptive manner, or it's not accurate. May we ask if there's an excerpt from the incident report that we can cite in this resolution?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, in the incident report of Municipality of Lambayong PNP, Mr. Speaker, on dated December 2, 2022, the names of the victims, the minors, were not mentioned in the incident report. And there was no even mention that there were minors on the incident report. What is clear in the incident report is the three suspects are holding 45 and one sachet of shabu. And on that basis, Mr. Speaker, it is very clear that there is something gusto nilang itago doon sa kanilang police report. They are showing to the world that the certain police operation is legitimate and legal, Mr. Speaker. So, ang point dito sa report to Mr. Speaker, sana binigyan nila yung mga detalye. Halimbawa, yung pangalan ng mga suspect nila at taga saan sila, ano ba sila, anong trabaho nila, or sila ba ay minor or student, wala po. Ang na-mention lang sa report nila ay 3 suspects in their possession, 45 caliber and 1 sachet of shabu. On that basis, Mr. Speaker, pag tinignan mo, maganda yung report. Pero ang katotohanan po ay minors po yung binaril nila, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for that clarification. Is there a way po ba na pwede nating i-quote or i-cite yung incident report na yon? And subsequently, baka pwede nating i-refute na rin yung sinasabi nating deceptive na pagsulat ng
Mr. Speaker, meron po tayong previous resolution na refer po sa Committee on Public Order and Safety. Pwede po nating i-discuss thoroughly yung incident report doon sa Committee on Public Order and Safety, Mr. Speaker.
Yes,
there's a unang resolution na ini-refer natin.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, but that is a separate
Yes,
resolution asking for urging the Commission on
Yes.
Human Rights and
The honorable, the principal author of this separate resolution, Mr. Speaker, I open for any amendments in the
I really do not know the content of the incident report. My point, Mr. Speaker, here is that since we have mentioned that the incident report is deceptive, we might as well cite the certain portion of the incident report so as to show everyone that it is really a deceptive incident report, as we are saying in this resolution. But I will yield to the wisdom of the author, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, may I proceed, and I might introduce amendments during the period of amendments, because I think when we talk about killings and murders of certain individuals, I think it's just proper that we are consistent with the language we use, because for the first whereas we use the killing incident, and then we use the incident, and then we should not allow ourselves to be flimsy in terms of choosing the right word. So may we retain in the period of proposed that should be killing incident, so as to send a powerful message that we really condemn this uh, brutal act of
In the proper time.
Mr. Speaker.
With that, Mr. Speaker, yeah, we have another interpellator. May I request that we recognize the gentleman from Sulu, MP Loong.
The gentleman from Sulu is recognized. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. At the outset, I support the points being raised by the resolution, and that the young people and innocent people should really be protected in the Bangsamoro as well as outside. Now, my manifestation is the same as the point by MP Mawalil, in the sense that while the title of the resolution states that it's a resolution strongly condemning the senseless killing of the 3 innocent minors in Sultan Kudarat province, the whereas stating the incident report as deceptive and incomplete seems to be would be interpreted as a judgment by the Parliament. And since the resolution reflects the sense of this Parliament, if it approves, then it appears that this resolution did not merely condemn the senseless act of killing of the victims involved, but already finding the guilt of the police officers involved, which is not consistent with the title of the resolution. So, we hope we can make the necessary amendment when it comes to that period. But as a body, we should always uphold the constitutional mandate that guarantees innocence of the accused until guilt has been proven. And thus, we should be merely condemning the senseless act and not make it appear that there's already guilt in some parties. Especially, we have a lot of partners also in the security and the police sector, Mr. Chair. So I reserve my right to propose amendments later on. For time. And last manifestation, Mr. Chair, although this refers to resolution that is after this resolution, Resolution 122, which is already provided to the members of the Parliament, with authors Jam Ramos and MP Ismael. In one of the whereases, they state that the three subjects of the incident were 19, 19, and 20 years of age. So we also have to check, Mr. Speaker, if we are referring to innocent minors or innocent youth as subjects, Mr. Chair. That's all. That can be tackled in the amendment.
Yes,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, there being no other MPs manifesting their intent to interpolate, I move for the closure of the period of interpolations.
So motion to terminate the period of interpellation debate has been seconded. There being no objection, the interpellation debate on the said resolution is terminated.
I move, Mr. Speaker, to open the period of amendments.
There's a motion to open the period of amendment. In a second. There being no objection, the period of amendment is now open.
May we request for the recognition, Mr. Speaker, of MP Mawalil for his proposed amendments.
The gentleman from Tawi-Tawi is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I'd like to just add on the fifth whereas The word, the incident was allegedly, may I add, the killing incident or the killing, just killing. The killing was allegedly committed by the police officers of Lambayan. Remove the incident, the killing. No, no, that's the fifth whereas. Saan na yun? Lahat ng incident. The incident cannot stand alone, I think. Saan na ba yan? The killing incident. Sige, the killing incident. Bakit incident? Tama ba? Incident lang kasi murder. Yeah. Killing. Okay. Thank you. And also, Madam, Mr. Chair, Mr. Speaker, oh, mainit na. Yeah, and last one, yung sa fourth whereas, just para lang medyo hindi siya separate, it's a separate. Ay, saan ba to? No, the next page. Sorry. The killing incident. Basta wag yung the incident lang. Move to approve, Mr. Speaker. Okay na? So move, Mr. Speaker. So move.
I believe there's
Yes,
still a
accepted,
proposed amendment from
Yung incident ko.
what's the pleasure of the proponent of the
Accept-
resolution?
yes,
Do you accept or reject?
Accepted, Mr. Speaker.
The amendment has been
May
accepted.
we, first speaker, Mr. Speaker, yung pangalawang amendments.
Can we ask the Secretariat, Mr. Speaker, to go to the first whereas clause?
First page.
So yun lang amendments, no, yung sa killing. Accepted yun.
Accepted.
Sige. Accepted, Mr. Speaker.
Yeah. And the the last amendment, Mr. Speaker.
Can we ask the Secretariat to look at the second page where the incident refers to the report and not the killing? Go down further. Further down there. I believe
Incident. No, that's not included. Hindi siya kasama dyan.
can we remove the strike through and highlight for the second to the last whereas clause?
The incident report yan.
Yes. Yan.
And then that one.
The killing. Alin? Lahat ng incident. Which? Killing can stand. Lahat ng incident refers to killing except the incident report because it's not as a in relation to the killing. Except that.
So I believe the secretariat should also include that whereas clause before the accepted sa taas. Before. Hindi, baba. The incident was allegedly committed by the police officers.
Yeah.
And no. Just the word incident to be replaced by killing. If my interpretation of MP Amir's motion is correct.
That's right, Mr. Speaker.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Accepted.
So last later daw. Later. Yes. Later.
Yes, accepted.
Last amendment, Mr. Speaker. On the second page, fourth, whereas according to the witness, the three minors were begging the police officers not to shoot them, period. And then starts with the next sentence. The witness said, not to shoot them, period. The witness said that the police officer, tanggalin mo yung, yun na, hindi, huwag mo nang i-type, yun na yun. Tanggalin mo yung N. Okay, so move, Mr. Speaker.
Yung strangulate, dapat strangle.
Yes. Accepted, Mr. Speaker.
Yeah, the gentleman from Sulu is recognized.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, continuing to the point raised by MP Mawalil, and that I had raised a while ago, I move to delete the whereas stating that the incident report was deceptive and incomplete by the Lambayong police officers.
Yes, and in view of our incapacity to substantiate it right now.
Yes, and MP Mawalil and I are graduates of Master in Public Safety Administration, which means that we are partners with the PNP. While some may be of questionable character, majority are really of competence and integrity. My other amendment, Mr. Speaker, hindi pa na, Juan? Okay.
Accepted, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you.
Secretariat, take note.
Mr. Speaker, my other amendment is to look at the whereases number 4, 5, and 6. Whereases 4, 5, and 6, which is in the first page, refers to the powers of the Bangsamoro Human Rights Commission, which is not, if we look at it, is not relevant in this resolution, but more relevant to Resolution 120, where we ask the Bangsamoro Human Rights Commission to look at the matter. So my motion, my amendment, is to delete whereases 4, 5, and 6, because it is not necessary for this resolution. It is used in Resolution 120. That is all, Mr. Speaker.
The proponent.
Accepted.
Secretariat, take note.
There being no MPs manifesting their intent to introduce amendments, I move, Mr. Speaker, to close the period of amendments.
There's a motion to terminate the period of amendment. And a second, there being no objection, the period of amendments now terminated.
I move for the approval of this resolution, Mr. Speaker.
Subject to style.
Subject to style.
There is a motion to approve proposed resolution number
121.
121, subject to style. Is there any second? There being no objection, the motion is approved. Session suspended for 1 minute.
Session resume.
Mr. Speaker, may I request the Secretariat to read the title and the authors for proposed resolution number 122.
The Secretary General so directed.
Proposed resolution number 122 entitled Resolution respectfully requesting the Department of Interior and Local Government, DILG, Philippine National Police, PNP, National Bureau of Investigation, NBI, and Department of Justice, DOJ, to conduct an impartial investigation on the recent shootout which resulted Bangsamoro youths in Barangay Taras, Municipality of Lambayong, Sultan Kudarat, with the end view of determining the truth and to prevent the occurrence of a similar incident in the future. Authors, members of the Parliament, Jamila Ramos and Rasul Ismail. Co-authors, Amrosi Makatanong, Ali Sulaiman, Michael Mitimbang, Marjani Makasalong, and Tawakkal Mitimbang.
Mr. Speaker, I move that this be referred to the committees on public order and safety as well as justice.
There is a move to refer proposed resolution number 122 to Committee of Public Order and Safety and Committee on Justice. Is there any second? Duly seconded, the chair declares the same as referred to the said committees.
Mr. Speaker, may I request the Secretary General to read the title and authors for the last proposed resolution under consideration.
Secretary General so directed.
Proposed resolution number 126. A resolution urging for the Commission on Human Rights, CHR 12, Bangsamoro Commission on Human Rights, BCHR, Department of Interior and Local Government, DILG, and Philippine National Police, PNP, and National Bureau of Investigation, NBI 12, to conduct an impartial investigation of the pre-dawn shooting and killing of 3 young men, namely Samanuddin Mustafa, Ali Horton Ansa Jr., and Ansad Ansa in Lambayong, Sultan Kudarat Province. Author, members of the Parliament, Suharto Ismail, Shia Ilayha Dumama Alba, Bailon Mantawil, Eddie Ali, Matarol Estino. Co-authors, Marjani Makasalong, Marian Arnado, Amrosi Makatanong, Abdul Wahab Pak, Hasiminur Dilangalen, Japar Apollo Mikael Matalam, Mosber Alauddin, Aida Silungan, Mujib Abu, Ramon Piang Sr., and Tawakkal Mitimbang.
Mr. Speaker, I move that this be referred to the committees on public order and safety as well as justice.
There is a move to refer proposed resolution number 126 to said committees. And this duly seconded, the chair declares the same as approved.
Mr. Speaker, can we suspend for a few minutes?
1 minute suspension.